Now it's time for our Life and Info segment where we focus on information useful for your everyday life, whether you're in Korea or somewhere else watching us around the world. Today we're going to focus on some culture here in Korea, and to explain what's hot in the country right now, I'm delighted to say we have our Won Jung-hwan in the studio with us. So, Jung-hwan, what do you have for us today?
Hey Mark, as you already know, earlier this month it marked the 100th anniversary of the March 1st independence movement.
Right, and that's the movement that provided the catalyst for the Korean resistance against Japanese occupation.
Yes, indeed. And in commemoration of such a crucial moment in Korea's modern history, a handful of cultural events are taking place in Korea. Revealing stories of the national heroes who risked their lives for the liberation of their homeland during that dark period. And I personally went to watch one of the musical myself as well, the musical called Hero, which took place at the Central Seoul at Sejong Art Center. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Okay.
Musical Hero tells the story of the national hero Ahn Jung-geun, who fought against Japan when the Korean Empire was on the brink of annexation. The musical revolves around Ahn, who holds a reputation at home for the 1909 assassination of Ito Hirobumi, a four-time Prime Minister of Japan and the first resident governor of Korea. I went to see the musical with high expectations and a heart swelling with pride, and I noticed I wasn't the only one. Let's take a look at why audiences come to watch this powerful musical.
As some people say, Ahn Jung-geun was the one who actually started the March 1st movement. I really wanted to see this part of our history through the musical.
Yes, there are many heroes nowadays as well, but I came here to see a true hero.
Well, Jung-hwan, sounds interesting so far, and you told me before we came on air that there are a couple of famous faces appearing in this play stroke musical as well. Tell us a little bit more about the plot. Does it strictly stick to the heroic story of Ahn Jung-geun, or does it play around with the facts somewhat to make it more appealing to audiences?
Sure, Mark. The show begins with Ann's pledging for Korea's independence with his colleagues. In 1909, when Japan infringes on the sovereignty of the Korean Empire, 30-year-old Ahn and other Korean independence fighters cut off part of their fingers and swear to fight for their country in Russia. While Japanese detectives are searching for Ahn and his comrades, they keep fighting for the independence of Korea. And Mark, I'll tell you what, the thing that should be noted while watching these scenes is that there are some characters who are born in the imagination. Seori and Ling-ling, who helps Ahn along with many other real-life characters to make the assassination plot come true. And at around the halfway point, Ann's plot becomes concrete and 7 gunshots roar at the Harbin railway station. I won't spoil any further as some people might want to go and watch it. But yes, indeed, the story of Ann's journey to the assassination of Ito Hirobumi in China is portrayed as a determined independence activist who dedicates himself to the nation's freedom. When asked about why the show has been loved by the public for 10 years, to the producers, the answer is the feeling of empathy towards Korean history.
People come and watch our show because historic issues such as the comfort woman matter between Korea and Japan are not yet solved. And with public interest on how to solve those issues between the two countries, I think people watch this musical to get vicarious satisfaction through the story of Ahn Jung-geun.
The reason why the musical has been loved by the public for many years is because there are many people who admire Ann's story. Korean people can easily sympathize as he dedicated himself to the nation's freedom.
Hero premiered in 2009 on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of Ann's death, and now it has returned to commemorate the anniversary of March 1st independence movement, and also the 10th anniversary of the show itself. The good news is that the show will run until 21st of April, so those of you who still haven't had a chance to take a look, maybe now is the time.
Well, I'll definitely check it out after watching the video and your review of it. It seems like a glowing assessment of the musical. I'm sure you probably got your ticket for free, so I might have to pay for mine. But Jung-hwan, thank you very much for your reporting, and I believe you'll be coming into the studio every now and again to give us more updates on this segment, Life and Info. We appreciate your reporting. Thank you very much. Now let's take a quick look before we go to the weather, because we are going to show you some other March 1st related cultural events that are taking place right here in Seoul.